It's April 19th, 2020. It's been really sunny here in Seattle. Start the update over here with the pine tree. It's looking pretty healthy. Over here we have the succulent. This guy looks pretty healthy. And this one over here, you can see the leaves are turning kind of red from the sun. And this one looks like it's adjusting pretty well. That one is dead, so I cut it off. The elephant fruit plant is doing well. You can see the leaves are still around. It's not dropping any leaves anymore. And some new growths, I think. The frizzle sizzle, you can see the leaves are getting super curly, which is a good sign. Looks like it's enjoying the sun. And if you look closely over here at the surface of the soil, you can see a little green spike. That's a new growth actually. So yeah, it's sending out another new plant, which is a good news. And here we have the raspberry. You can see this growths over here are sending out flowers. A lot of flowers actually. And these are all the new growths. Here's another growth. And then at the base of the pot, you can see a bunch of raspberry plants coming out. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of raspberry plant this year. Over here is the pineapple. If you look at the center, you can see a new leaf coming out. Hopefully it's gonna grow faster. Some of the leaves you can see it's turning yellowish. A little concerned, but I think it's just from the sudden increase in sun exposure. So it's still adjusting to the new environment. Looks like it's not too shaky, so that's a good sign that it's growing into the new soil. Rosemary, and here we have hydrangea. The flowers are still not opened, so we'll wait a bit more. Here's the lavender. You can see a bunch of new growth, and down here some wilty plants, so I need to water them. Here's the rosemary. You can see flowers have started to fade in, and yeah, so it's gonna stop flowering pretty soon. Here's the summer snowflakes. You can see right here is the flowers that are turning into seeds now. I'm gonna leave some of these so I can harvest them. And here we have the green onion. You can see the flower spikes. This one has opened slightly, but the individual flowers are still not opened yet. Saffron, you can see the leaves are definitely turning yellow. Here's the Persian pearl tulip. Leaves are also turning yellow. It's dying back for sure. Snowdrop too, you can see the leaves are turning yellow. Here's the mulberry. You can see the leaves are coming out nicely. And right here, if you look closely, you can see some flowers, mulberry flowers. Those spiky things with white spiky things. Those are the flowers. And I've looked over all of the plants and I can see a bunch more flowers. So we're gonna have a lot of mulberry to harvest this year, which is awesome because I love mulberry. Hyacinth, looks like the leaves are turning yellow too. Here's the lacy phacelia. You can see the flowers forming. Over here we have the blueberry. You can see a lot of leaves and a lot of flowers. All the flowers are pretty much opened now. And I've been seeing some bees around, so that's a great sign. But yeah, there's a lot of blueberry flowers this year too, so expect bounty harvest. Here's the lily of the valley. You can see the leaves are looking really great, and a bunch of flowers also. Here's some white variety, and I think these ones are the pink variety. Yeah, just gonna show you more flowers over there. Looking great. Over here we have the striped squill. You can see the flowers are turning into seeds now. Those green seed pods are looking great. So same thing, I'm gonna keep some of these to harvest the seed, but cut away the other ones. Grape hyacinth, same thing. You can see the flowers turning into seed pods right here. Gonna save some of those too. The glory of the snow. Let's see. You can see the single flower over here. Nothing too much. Here's the peony. You can see it's all leaves now. Hopefully we'll see some flower this year, but I'm not sure. Daffodil, just leaves now. I cut away the dead flowers. Over here we have the other variety of grape hyacinth. You can see all the flowers has pretty much faded now. Here's the strawberry. You can see the leaves growth are definitely picking up. It's a lot more fuller. And also the plants are flowering. You can see a lot of strawberry flowers. They're everywhere. Hopefully we'll get some nice strawberries soon, but that depends on if they're pollinated correctly. Yeah, this is just more strawberry. You can see some nice flowers forming. A few more flowers. And here's some fruits forming already. Hopefully they are pollinated nicely. I don't want some deformed strawberries. Here's the crocus. You can see the leaves are turning yellow, so it's dying back already. Another blueberry plant, and here's just a bunch of hydrangea. You can see the leaves are definitely getting greener and bigger every week. Here we have the asparagus. You can see here's a little tiny growth. I think it's a new one from last week. And we actually have gotten a lot more asparagus sprouts too. Like here's one more. Don't think I saw this last week. Here's a taller one. It just came out this week. Here's another one, and here's another one. So like 4 to 5 new sprouts. And I don't think there's more sprouts. Nothing on this side of the pot. But yeah, the funny thing is you can see this sprout over here, this guy. This is actually a potato. So yeah, I probably have missed some potatoes when I harvested 2 years ago. So they're just kind of growing out now. And let's look at the already sprouted asparagus. This one you can see mostly are flowers, those little spherical things. And this one is mostly leaves. As you can see, it's mostly the long leaves structures. Down here we have the sweet alyssum. It smells really good. Here's more succulents. You can see the succulents are gonna flower. Can't really see the flowers yet, but those are the flowers. The grape is looking good. If you see right here, here's a bunch of sprouts. And if you look closer, you can see some flowers forming from each of the sprouts. Like right here, you can see a bunch of flowers forming. And these guys, the flowers from a few weeks ago, still looks the same. It's not getting bigger, so I'm not sure if they're actually going to open. But yeah, these new growths are looking okay. Down here's the rhubarb. Yeah, you can see just more leaves growth. There's a few more sprouts forming. Saffron leaves are turning yellow. And the artichoke, I looked at it and you can see an artichoke flower forming. So yeah, we're gonna get at least an artichoke this year. For the indoor, this is the petal plant. And here's the orchids. Not going to talk about them in details, just going to show you how they look right now. These are the mini oncidiums. Here's a few more orchids. That little growth is getting bigger for sure. Here's the small pear plants. You can see the leaves are looking pretty great. Here's some dragon tree plants. Looks like the growth is really speeding up. And over here is the big pear plants. You can see the little flower spikes are now flowering. And here's actually a few more flower spikes. The Hoya plant is doing really well actually. I actually found a new growth right here. Here's a new growth. Let's look at the older new growth that I showed you a few weeks ago. This one is still getting longer. Leaves are looking sad, but yeah, it's still growing. This one too. And lastly, we have the Stockholm fern. Let's look at the shield fronds. You can see the center is definitely turning brown, and this small shield frond is getting bigger very slowly though.